So if you're just starting to use Blender and you're wondering how on earth do I create a really simple, easy daytime scene, well, I'm going to walk through the exact steps that you need to take to achieve a pretty cool sunset vibe. So I've got my Timber Terraces project here, which you can have a look after this on my channel for a full breakdown. But basically you want a building, you want an object, you want a landscape, you want something to showcase the lighting. But you can also just follow along if you haven't created anything yet. But if you're stuck on creating something, I've got full start to finish courses for free on YouTube. So the first thing that we want to do is to find an HDRI image. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a 3D sky image. It kind of looks like a panorama, and it just wraps around the scene and generates all of your shadows and your highlights, and it creates a sun from the sun in the image, if that makes sense. So you can get them for free on Polyhaven. I've got one here called Kaya 8 Sunset 4K. So I'll leave a link in the description and you can literally follow along with the exact same free HDRI. So in your world settings down here, if you have just opened up Blender, it should look something like this. You should be in your shader editor and under world, just on the shader type. So you want to just start by pressing new here, and this will create a world output node and a background node. And if you're completely kind of, overwhelmed by the idea of a node, it's really straightforward. You're just plugging things into other things, and you don't need to understand them completely. You just need to know how to do what you want to do, and just keep it really simple like that, because Blender can be very, very overwhelming when you're starting to learn. So just be really specific with what you're trying to do and learn that. So I'm going to grab this little yellow kind of node tree bit here. I didn't even know what it's called. And I'm going to drag out and I'm going to release. And I'm going to type in environment texture and just click on that. And then this will create another node that plugs into the background. So this is where we're going to find in our browser the HDRI image that we've downloaded off Polyhaven. And we're going to go open that and bring it into Blender. All right, so I've got my HDRI image in here, and it's automatically picked a few different settings because it's figured out that this is an HDRI, so you really don't need to touch this at all. The next step that we need to take is to create the transform options, and this basically means that we'll be able to rotate the sun to exactly the angle that we want. And if you haven't got Node Wrangler enabled, go up to, and you might not, go up to preferences just to check, and then you want to go to your add-ons and type in Node Wrangler. And just make sure that that little tick button is enabled. And on our HDRI image texture here, I'm going to just press Control T, and that will automatically create the transform options that we want. So at this point here, I think it's really important to jump into our shading view. And just before we do that, and basically we're going to be able to see the sun and everything in really good realism, we want to go to our render properties, and we just want to make sure that our render engine is on cycles. And you might be able to do it on your GPU, but you also can do it on your CPU if you don't have enough RAM. So give it a shot. I'm going to jump into viewport shading mode up here. So that's just top right, and it's that last little icon. So let's click on that. Cool. So this is how it looks straight out of the bat. And it's pretty dark. It's not quite the right angle that you want to achieve. And quite often, I don't think there's ever been a project I've worked on when I've put the texture in and it's just perfect without any rotation. So let's just get out of this by holding the middle mouse button and just kind of orbit around and just see what the environment's looking like. So it's kind of this cool desert environment, and you've got some really nice, strong, harsh sunlight. So that's kind of how it's looking. Let's go back into our camera. And by the way, if you don't have a camera yet, just press Shift A and then go down to camera. And then you can also go into your top-down mode if you want to move the camera around. If you're really, really, really new to Blender, have a quick look at another YouTube channel about just setting up a quick camera view, and then come back and join me. because I don't want this to take too long. So I'm going to go back into the camera view by pressing number pad 0. And let's just play around here with the mapping settings, and down here where it says rotation and where it says Z, we're going to be rotating on the Z axis, which is this, you can imagine the globe of the Earth with a rod going right down and you're just spinning it around. That's what we're going to be doing. So let's just drag this along, and we can see immediately that the sun is moving. It's creating different shadows. It's creating a different vibe, and it's already starting to look pretty epic. You can see if you keep dragging it, the sun is kind of behind the camera, behind the building now, so it's almost entirely in shade. And a little tip for really cool sunset vibes is you want the sun to come from the side. So if you've got your camera pointing at a building, you want the sun to either come from the left or the right. So I'm going to keep dragging it around and just see if I can find a really nice angle to create some really nice long shadows. So this is really interesting. I'm going to just keep coming around a little bit. You can see that the trees are creating really, really beautiful long streaks along the road, and that's like a personal favorite that I like to bring into my renders. And provided you have enough shade in your foreground, anything will kind of look good when it comes to sunset renders. But what a lot of people get wrong is everything is just like sun. So you really want to create a shadowed foreground or some sort of differential between your subject and the foreground, and that's just like a really basic composition tool, and that'll allow a bit of relief for the eyes. So I'm going to keep coming around a little bit more and just bring it back to, so it's coming through the left-hand side. And I just want a little bit more on the road, and you can play around with this for as long as you like and just keep testing, very subtle angles, because a little bit will go a long way. So it's really important to test everything. So I'm just going to go back. Let's just try 250. I think that was good. Yeah, so just beautiful kind of long streaks. And I think that honestly might be the magic number. So let's just get out of here for a sec. Let's orbit around. You can see the sun's kind of coming on a bit of a, not quite across the camera, but it's just a bit close to the camera than to the subject. And it's a really cool trick because the lines actually go towards the subject. And that's just a really easy way to create, your composition so that you're just guiding the eyes in that direction. This HDRI is honestly a personal favorite. I love it. And I've used it in so many of my renders. You can have a look on my Instagram. It's honestly great. And you can get different time of days as well with that same location. So that's a really good starting point. But honestly, have a look on Polyhaven and create a library of different HDRIs that work really good for you. So as a last step, if your image is too dark or too light, just go down here on the render settings and you can see exposure. So you can drag this up and down to just make sure that it's balanced nicely, because it might be completely overblown. It completely depends on the HDRI, and that's why you need to try a bunch of different ones because they're all very different. And under the look, I've just got medium high contrast. You can do base contrast, but that's a little bit more, decontrasted. But I think medium high is a great balance. And then for your gamma, don't get overwhelmed by this, but it's probably the good range is between 0.8 to 1.2, depending on the HDRI. If I go to 1.2, you can see it's kind of faded the shadows a bit more, and I like that for interior shots. So for exterior shots, if you just want your shadows to be a bit punchier, I would go on 0.8. So I hope this has helped. This has been a real basic 101 tutorial, but if you're just getting started into Blender, I want to make sure that you are getting off to the right start and you're actually creating renders that, just give you a lot of confidence, because lighting is a really tricky thing, but it doesn't have to be complicated. So if you've got any questions, feel free to jump on my free Discord. There's a link in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you on my future videos. Cheers.